Here we are, episode 5. Should be quite a short one, hopefully, for you guys anyway. It's been quite a long series and long video, so this one should be quite short. Now, before we get into it, thank you so much to everyone who subscribed. Hit 8,000 subscribers, so it's amazing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Just click on the button, maybe give it a like as well. That'd be awesome, help the channel grow. Second thing, change the name of the channel that you may have noticed, and you may not have noticed, but it's now Build Create, obviously. Now with the name change, it's a lot easier to find, a lot easier for you to tell people the name of the channel, a lot easier for me to tell people the name of the channel, because before it's kind of irritating. So let's get into today. What we're going to do is going to be primering the wing, the over fender, doing lots of filling of the over fender, and it's quite heavy now. It's a bit heavier than I thought it would be. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn that into a mould. Now, what I'm going to be doing today, you're going to be doing anyway, if you're going to be making a mould or not. So we're going to be high build priming it and flattening it. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Identifying imperfections and flat spots, and then we're going to be getting it ready to make a mould out of it. So yeah, let's get into it. So I finally pulled my finger out, got some stickers. Pretty stoked on how these turned out. So link in the description below, so check them out, buy one if you want to support the build. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Right, now back to this. So like I said, it's a bit heavier than I'd like it to be. So I've filled it, you can see I've just skimmed it over, but it's a bit heavier than I like it to be. So I've been talking to the fiberglass guy who's actually next door to us, and I'm going to be making a mould for this. But what I'm doing today is basically just priming it and getting it level and identifying any kind of like pinholes and imperfections. So what we're going to be doing is using some high build primer. Now you can obviously just buy that in a can, but we've got it obviously in a big pot. So I'm using some high build primer. It's 4:1, so 4 parts high build primer, 1 part hardener, and then we'll chuck in a little bit of thinners just to help it flow a little bit better in the gun. That's the gun there, so just a cheap gun that we use for primering. So yeah, let's mix that up, put it in the gun, and I'm going to strap the GoPro to this somehow because I've lost the mounts. So yeah, I'll rig that up somehow so we get some GoPro footage. Right, so we're going to put some high build primer now on the over fender. The high build primer basically fills in like minor imperfections. It's going to identify any kind of little pinholes, things like that. There's going to be quite a few because it's been fiberglassed. Fiberglass filler is quite porous and it tends to leave a lot of pinholes. So you're going to go over that, do 3 coats, 3 heavy coats, let that dry, flat it down, fill in the little pinholes. Once it's all done, we're going to give it another 3 coats and flat it down, and it should be where we want it to be. If not, we can just do it again. This is the same kind of process you'd have to do if you were going to just paint it. I mean, you can buy a high build primer in a can, like I said. So yeah, so hopefully the GoPro doesn't fall off. It's just zip tied onto the gun right now. Okay, that's nice and dry now. What we're going to do is put a sprinkle of matte black on there. What that's going to do is when we rub it down, it's going to identify any kind of low spots. So just use that as a guide coat. Yeah, pretty simple. All done. Alright, so, hopefully not zoomed in. Yeah, we're zoomed in. So, this is all been primed up, rubbed down obviously. I saved you the boring part and didn't show you all of the rubbing down because it's been rubbed down a few times. It's had quite a few layers of primer. Excuse my eye, it's watering for some reason. So that's good to go. Now what we're going to do is lacquer it now, so give 2 coats of lacquer to protect it when we make the mould. Now obviously if you're not making a mould, you can just obviously, you know, you can paint this, but we're going to make a mould. So obviously we're going to lacquer it first, then we're going to wax it up, all the various bits and pieces that I'll show you in the next video, because otherwise this video is going to be too long and you guys don't really want to see a video that's kind of like half an hour long. So yeah, so we're going to lacquer that up and then we'll be done for the day. Right, that is all done. My eye is still leaking, which is awesome. Gonna let that cure overnight and then we can start making the mould. So the next video you're gonna see is gonna be us making the mould. Gonna do it with my buddy Craig, making the mould and then making the final piece as well. So kind of round it up to a nice even 6 episodes of the build series and gonna get back to normal content. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Bit of an experiment for me, kind of doing this whole kind of how-to process of what I'm doing anyway, and if you guys want to copy it, feel free to do so. So thank you again so much for all the support. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, whatever. Don't forget to pick up a sticker, that'd be awesome if you could. Yeah, I'll see you guys real soon. Take care.
Subscribe, you fools.